pretty quiet, but it's really pretty. It's like the Hunger Games out here. There's a lot of pricklies on this one. Oh, what a feeling. Stinging nettles on your tongue. Tastes pretty good though. I just spooked a white-tailed deer. Wow. I didn't know there was any of those here. Pretty cool. Here's some of these Arbutus berries. They have a real mild sweet taste to them, and they're kind of like, I want to say tart, like, I think that's the right word. It's kind of like a dryness to them. It helps to squish your feet in fresh deer poop while you're walking. Cover your scent a little bit. Alright, so I've been out to this spot before with Nick. He brought me here. Pretty cool little place. The wind's been bad all morning. It's just blowing my scent up into the area that I really wanted to avoid. And I had to take a layer off, so it's just been a little bit hot, a little bit sweaty, a little bit climby, that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm just gonna hang out here for a moment and check out the map and see where I want to go. It's a beautiful day too, really nice. So we'll see. This here is most likely a spot where two bucks fought for a while, and they just tore up all the ground. Alright, so I came back into the lower timber, and I just been hanging out here for like maybe an hour and a bit. I can see the sun's getting pretty low, but anyway, it's also pretty quiet. So I think what I'm gonna do is just layer up because it's gonna get cool again. So I'm gonna put on my long johns underneath my pants again. I took those off earlier, and then just get a couple more layers on my upper body. And then after that, I'll probably move here because I'll kind of disturb this area when I do that. Pretty quiet, but it's really pretty. Okay, I'm back at the van. It's evening, but we're doing this again tomorrow. See you then. Hey, it's tomorrow. Just kidding. But that's a pretty cool tree. And on the bottom it's got that big burrell right there. It's got a bunch of them right there in the middle. It's a pretty cool morning this morning. Pretty quiet and nothing. Saw some fresh poop and some fresh tracks, and that's it. I have a feeling like I'm just pushing them out as I move along, and I'm being quiet, but I have that feeling. Anyway, it's hard for me to do these hunting videos because I find I get so into what I'm doing that I don't talk to you guys as much. And I don't put my camera down and then do like a walk away shot or a walk to shot as much, because it takes a long time just to cover ground when I'm hunting, and it would take like way longer. I wouldn't even be hunting really at that point. I'd just be like filming, because when I move at this pace, sometimes it's like you wouldn't cover the same amount of ground, and you get through these tangles sometimes. It's like, I gotta go back and get the camera. Anyway, that being said, I'm in a shotgun only zone. So in this case, I'm using a 12 gauge pump action shotgun. And I made that sling for it, and so maybe you didn't see that. And yeah, so that being said, I gotta get really close, like 30, maybe maximum 40 yards, but pretty darn close. Ideally like 20, 25 yards. So it's like bow hunting. But I ain't seen nothing but that whitetail that I saw yesterday. Right now it's been like a series of these steep ridges that go like this. So I've been kind of going along them, looking down. And taking my time with my binoculars and looking up as well. Oh yeah, and this tall stuff here growing, that's called mullein. And you can make a tea from the leaves. You have to be quite careful with it because it's got these really fine hairs on it. And apparently, I've never done this before, but the seeds from a mullein plant, you can crush them up and make a concoction that you put into water where there's fish, and it'll paralyze all the fish. I think it's temporary, but apparently that's an old Aboriginal trick. got spooked from something above. But I don't see anything. I did a little like call and no. It's like one of those situations where you're like, do you sneak up and see? Or do you leave it? So you don't want to pressure it, educate it anymore. Do you have to? It's a pretty difficult business, this deer hunting thing, you guys. Especially with like a shotgun and buckshot, you gotta get really close, so may the odds be in my favor. Or how's that go? The Hunger Games. It's like the Hunger Games out here. Okay. It's a little deer trail right there. Seeing. So deer end up learning the bush they live in so well that they got these little trails. And if you follow them along, you can kind of see and try to understand, I suppose, why they go in the direction they go in. And if you spend a lot of time in one area, like looking at all the deer trails and tracking deer, it begins to make sense. And you're like, man, these guys really know where they live inside and out. Like, they got it all mapped out in their brain. But anyway, it's kind of a curiosity more than anything. But there's a sensibility to it. So last time I came through this area with Nick, they were bedded down all in here. And surprisingly, we got pretty close to several, but not close enough. I kind of feel like those ravens probably harass some of the deer when they're hungry. See if they can startle them or something. I have no idea though. I figure this will be my last day in here. Wasn't planning on hunting both days, but I'm all the way out here. Might as well go up to the top corner and try it out. It's gotten cold and rainy. I also don't have my rain gear with me, so I think I'm gonna bail out. Oh. It's definitely not a best idea to go into the mountains without rain gear. And this isn't really a mountain, but still. I could get hyperthermia out here just as easily, so. I'm just stopped for a little snack under this tree. Got some more pecans. Oh yeah, it's gonna get slippery, so I'm gonna break out the trekking poles too. I'm all set. I have my puffy jacket, which is not a raincoat, but it's synthetic and it's gonna keep me a bit warm for this descent. And I put everything away, took down my shotgun, put it in my pack. So I'm not hunting anymore. I'm just gonna get off the mountain at this point. So when I go down a mountain, pretty steep terrain like this stuff, I'll use the trekking poles at their full length because I can place them downhill from me and get a little bit more stability. When I'm going up the hill, I'll do the opposite and I'll shorten the trekking poles. Some of you guys know that, some of you don't, but anyway, thought I'd just share it. So I'm gonna put the phone in my pocket and I will see you guys further down the mountain. Made it back, you guys. And that rain. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I realized? Never had a coffee this morning. I got up and I thought maybe I would be out for maybe 20 minutes. And I'd come back to the van and have coffee. But it's now 1 p.m. Ugh. That's it though. That's my day doing that kind of thing. So anyway, I got a bit of a drive ahead of me, so I'll probably catch you guys in the next video somewhere back at Nick's house, I imagine. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over there and get resituated, do some laundry, use a shower, that kind of thing. I really appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. And that's it, guys. That's it. Just like that, my Tach started working again. I'm not sure if it just needed a bit of time, but it seems I just had a look at it now after driving for the last hour and a half, and it's good. Everything's working on my dash again. So that's great. I don't know why, but I'll take it.